Figured I'd give Macho Man the day off for the occasion. So the day is finally here. The Psycho series finale. I'm going to cut right to it. Not going to waste a lot of your time. Feel free to check out the prediction live stream I did the other night. That's kind of the reason why I'm doing this, is some of my subscribers kind of wanted me to do it, so I'm kind of doing it for them, and whoever sees it, hopefully you enjoy it as well. I would actually skip to about the first half an hour, 45 minutes of that until I kind of get going. There's a little more people, and I end up kind of going over quite a few of the same things over and over, so, you know, way to cut through it. It's a long-ass bastard, about 2.5 hours long. Don't expect you to watch the whole thing, but try to watch as much as you can. Alright, so first off, I'm not going to be showing the video anywhere on my screen, so I would recommend first setting up somewhere so you can watch both at the same time. I'll give you a countdown from 5 so we can start watching it simultaneously. I have not seen it myself, that's why I'm trying to get the best reaction here as possible. So let's get down to it. I'm going to try to leave a little bit of the audio on so you can kind of see where I'm at with you, but I don't want too much echo at the same time. Alright, just making some adjustments here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action. Well, I figured this would be starting out with Jeffrey. What do you mean, where is everything?
My God. Where are Jeffrey's things at?
Oh, this is Jeffrey. It sounded like Jesse. So, prediction, so far going right? But here's the Nintendo. But Jesse's not playing with him. What is he? Is this what he's doing? Well, so is this supposed to be kind of going on right after the last transmission? Or the final transmission? Is he acting like he's been in there the whole time? Holy shit, right?
This is where I've been cooped up for the last week. This is what studio, this is where I make videos.
I would probably be thinking the same thing too. If I walked into there and he was curled. Whoa. Well, the gun is definitely involved. You saw that in the thumbnail. For the one time I was actually hoping there'd have been a disclaimer during this. Of course he's still recording. I noticed that in the thumbnail right away. I think he's lost it. Of course he's gonna film me. Just film me. Of course, just film me. You think the one time he'd be like, no, don't film me. He's gonna get his 30 grand. I don't think it's gonna be there. I don't think it's gonna be there. Just like the good old days. Except this time he's actually forcing Jeffrey to film him. Psycho Dad didn't have his hat on too. Noted that. That's all I has to say is, what the fuck? What the fuck? Well, there's a Nintendo. First, I'd like to say if it was real, I'm pretty sure he'd be shaking a little more. He looked out that window. He looked out that window. He's sitting there pretty calm in that mirror. Of course there's gonna be a hell to pay. So far, I'm pretty sure everybody's prediction is going to plan. I still want to see that backhoe get destroyed. I still want to see that backhoe get destroyed. I think you already explained it's about all the years, but no. You can't kill him. I think because Jeff knows that if he does anything to him, then he doesn't get the combo, and then he doesn't get in the save. So he may have the gun. But you're not full of the way to turn him yet with that. No, I was like thinking of like as soon as it was 8-6, I'm like 5309. 75309. Do you think those numbers could be involved something? Why wouldn't you make him go down there with you? Why wouldn't you make him go with him? Oh, wait. Come on, be the cheesy I love you. Be the cheesy I love you. I'm proud of you. It almost looks like Jeffrey's just doing his best to try to keep him out of the mirror. The video games didn't make him. Well, in a way. I don't think video games lead to violence, but in a way, video games kind of started this whole. Still with him, but. Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up for a little bit. That's it seemed like a blank, obvious blank. And of course, you don't see him or anything. Probably because they didn't. They could have used the cheesy effects they used in the older ones. Sorry, I'm trying to look in the reflection of the door there. Just seeing, like, you know, if they mess up on anything. He's gone. Got 3 minutes left. Come on, no money. Come on, no money. Come on, no money. No money, no money, no money. Instead of big money, big money, big money. Come on, no money, no money, no money. So there was a gun in there, so maybe that's a good reason why they never had him come down, because if he would open it, he could have pulled that gun up. He didn't show in the bag. That's all you would say? Looks like they tried to do blood or something. I think there'd be more. But it almost like when it did it, it would almost hit like his leg or something. The SUV? The SUV! Should have had the key a little more already, but I guess fumbling with the key makes it a little more realistic, right? Now did we get the Jesse Pinkman driving away? Ah! Better make this try to look as real as possible. Oh no, I screwed up the shot! No! No! I can't do this. Yeah, that didn't. I like how they cut to, how would they have cut to that scene? Unless both exchange their footage. Yeah. I guess cut to something while Jesse was screwing. Because he obviously didn't really want to see you fumbling and getting the camera. There's nothing in it! There's nothing in it! There's nothing in it. There better be an update video. But the backhoe! The backhoe! And there it is, the Jesse Pinkman. Ah! Well, it was okay. I was expecting a little better ending than that. Like, yeah, no money, but I figured with there being no money, there better be repercussion. So, let's hope there's an update, either tonight, tomorrow. Update. So, I went back, watched the video a couple more times, wrote down some notes. I'm kind of glad I held it off and went over some more before I went and jumped the gun. I'll get into that. Well, we finished watching the video. I took some bullet point notes here. I'm just gonna bear with me. I'm gonna be looking down. Well, of course, starts off like a lot of people thought it would, with Jeffrey filming the empty bedroom. I guess perfect bookend for the series. Jeffrey did all of this. I figured it would be him uploading it, but obviously it was Jesse. Then we cut to Psycho Dad playing the NES with obviously the intention of him asking Jeffrey. That kind of made me go, well, instead of Jesse cowering in that closet and Jeffrey finding him there, which was still kind of good, it was almost like they should have had Jesse walk in and find JT and Psycho Dad playing the NES, and that would have been a good reason. And then right there, he pulls out the gun and, you know. But that was his call. Yeah, so again, I also put Jesse finds him curled in the closet. Again, I watched that scene a couple more times just to see what you could catch in there. Of course, you see the flag, you kind of see the gun under there. This is what I was about to jump the gun on. I saw something on the wall. I'm going to pop it up on the screen here. I'm kind of glad I didn't jump the gun, just because if you look closely, I'm just going to pop it up right here. Right there. I've thought at first that was the combination going. Well, if Jesse had the combo, what was the point of that? But of course, drama and everything. And then, because at first I thought it was 86-40-17, which kind of got my mind going like, well, wouldn't he have hit the 12 first, but at first I thought it was almost kind of a 12 too. But I guess it's one question mark, question mark, question mark. Like, if it was 12 in the end, he was pretty close. Like, why would you have given up on that? So the code was on the wall there. Well, what I thought was the code. But he was so close. That shows he was close. But again, makes me go, he could have finished those extra 12 numbers, I guess, instead of doing that. But again, I think that's a little flaw in his story. All right, next. The gun is pulled. The gun is pulled. The whole time I'm thinking, Psycho Dad is just acting a little too calm through the whole situation. Because you can kind of see it cuts back. You can see his reflection in both the window and the mirror. He's standing there with his arms crossed. I'm sorry if anybody, even my son, is standing there pointing a gun at me. I'm not going to just be standing there. And I wouldn't just... I would have been showing a little more emotion. Not to mention, again, I think I brought that up during the reaction. Where the hell was his hat? Maybe that's kind of the why. He didn't get into the character without the hat. But if they were moving and everything like everybody was supposed, maybe he didn't have his hats there. Let's mention, he mentioned that the money was gone. He said it. He said, it's gone. It's gone. Why wouldn't Jesse have just kind of, listened? And at first, I guess you could see through my reaction going, why wouldn't you bring him down? Which kind of, you figure out why in the end. Did they try and make it like video games did this? Yes, Jesse goes in the end, but it almost is like they were trying. I don't know, maybe that was a fuck you to all the people going, violence in video games instills into these children when, in the end, and Psycho Dad says, this is what video games does, and then Jesse goes, no, this is what you did. So I could kind of see, like, I guess now I'm actually realizing that maybe that was a big fuck you to everybody that goes, violence in video games instills violence in children, or people in general. The gun sounded like a blank. And I'm not a big gun expert, so you can call me out on that all you want, but, I'm pretty sure Magnum like that firing an actual bullet would have come across a lot louder. And I think, wouldn't you kind of see more? And it looked like a blank. Also, you could only see that there was just the one bullet in there again. I'm not an expert in guns, so correct me if I'm wrong. Try to do it a little nicely. Why wouldn't you check the bag before, Jesse? And also, wouldn't you have felt 2 stacks in there when the backpack was basically, I think, almost halfway, 3/4 full with all the money in there? So you think when you grab the bag and be like, hey, this feels really, really damn empty. I guess, maybe a flaw in the writing, or, just showing, Jesse's that stupid, but, you could also go, well, it's the heat of the moment and everything, but, he has enough time to go bring the camera, show it all in the safe, and all of that. And again, the safe, I can see now why Psycho Dad didn't go down with him, because if he would have been the one to open the safe, he could have grabbed that shotgun and boom, story over. Which probably could have been a better one, because I would have almost liked to see Psycho Dad come out in the end, because, I don't know, I like Psycho Dad. Alright. Now, he runs upstairs. JT is just standing there with his phone in his hand. And goes, I give you 5 minutes. Again, still a little too calm for watching your brother shoot your dad. Again, everything seemed just a little too calm coming from everybody. Like, again, when Jesse's sitting there holding the gun, wouldn't he kind of be shaking? Wouldn't you be kind of all nervous? And, it's almost like it's not like you've sat there and pulled a gun on people before. Again, I kind of saw through that. Again, I would probably have been trying take out Jesse? Like, you had an opportunity when he turned his back, and even when he dropped the gun and came back in, and you could have seen him drop the gun in front of the door, walk, and then come back, and boom, you could have taken Jesse out right there. And I guess you see the cell phone, which could go into something here in a bit. I just, again, kind of brought up earlier, I liked how, you know, the camera falling. I thought it was funny. You could totally tell that wasn't planned and kind of threw things out of the monkey, or out of the whole plan. But I guess that calls for the little cut inside the house, which I'm probably going to rip apart. I'm going to rip that apart, because I could tell, like, you know, it's probably added in there because something had to happen. Maybe Jesse hit, you know, stop or something trying to grab the camera, and they had to add something. But, you know, it's pretty perfectly timed that, you know, JT is standing there with his phone, I'm going to get into that, filming Jesse drive away. Now, how did Jesse get that to put in the video? Did JT, I guess, send it to him? But why? Like, just to say, hey, I got you driving out and showing, like, the body and everything? First off, you could totally, it looked fake on Psycho Dad with all the blood and everything. Yeah, so did he send it to Jesse, like, through text or something? Because obviously with the phone in his hand, Jesse has JT's camera, and obviously you could tell in the time you could see Jesse pulling away. There's no way JT was able to go all the way down to the basement, into the little room, grab Jesse's camera, and run all the way back up. Because this is what I'm going to rip. It was way too high quality. It was the exact same quality as the normal cameras are. That's not a phone quality picture in that. But I'm gonna say a lot of people on Reddit were right that they saw Jesse driving and it ending exactly like Breaking Bad, just the Pinkman style. But, you know, I just gotta end it with, he told you, Jesse. He told you the money wasn't there. And I'm like, I think you can even recall, there's a few episodes, I think a few times, I think he's even hinted and, like, said, like, the money isn't there. And, you know, I think that's why, like, I could see why Jeff was going no when he was telling him, like, what's he gonna do? Like, if he shoots me, kills me, he ain't gonna get that. But, you know, I'm really torn, having watched it now 3 times, and still very torn. You could kind of see right before the cut. Very undecided still, you know. I wanted to see that backhoe go. You know, that was the cause of so much of the destruction of so many things, whether it was digging the hole to bury the video games, digging the hole which eventually had Jesse strung up, wrecking the wood chipper, everything, right? Like, I almost wanted some closure with that fucking wood chipper. But I'm gonna leave it there. I guess I could give a lot more opinion, but I could go off all day. But, you know, there's probably gonna be dozens of these videos, and I'm gonna say probably people are gonna go watch some more of the more known people. Not gonna mention certain names, but I would definitely be interested, and I'm kind of gonna give a shout out. Definitely go check out and see most likely what Tuned Inside is gonna have to say. Quick shout out to that. Yeah, I'm going to end it here. Still a little torn. I thought it was good. Could have been things a little different. Quite a few of my predictions were right. I would have probably been a little more excited about it if maybe there were some things that weren't so damn predictable, but, you know, it was good, I guess. Well, I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching, if you guys are still watching. Did my best, tried to make it the most realistic. Well, I guess it was realistic, but, you know, first time doing a reaction, tried to be vocal and everything. But again, thank you. If you liked it, drop a like. I'm not gonna, I guess, subscribe, do whatever you want. There's links everywhere else, you know. I guess that's the end. Like I was saying before, I hope there's an update. I tried to hold off to maybe see if there was an update. But, again, that's the end. Maybe this is the end you'll hear me talk about that. But again, I'm sure there'll be something else I'll rant about. Thanks for joining me on this subject. And remember to always dig it. I guess this isn't the end of you hearing me talk about this. One last update. Well, right as I was trying to finish the, finishing touches on this video, my phone goes off. Psycho Kid flees country. Oh, joy. Alright, well, I guess I'm not finished yet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got the admission. We got the admission. We got the, I guess, as close to the cast bow we're going to get. I guess I'm a lot more happier than I was before. Start off, I guess Jesse and the family took a little vacation before heading to LA. With the whole hat and glasses thing, I'm gonna say maybe they did stop on the way. Like maybe, they had to get a changing flight in LA or something in between, or they had to move stuff to LA first and then, went to Switzerland. I'm not too sure. But I'm gonna say when somebody saw him walking around, that might have been what they were seeing. But then, of course, now you start seeing, oh, he's actually in Switzerland. I guess this is mostly now going to be about Psycho Kid flees country slash kind of closing montage slash goodbye slash final curtain bow. One thing I did notice right away is when he was sitting there kind of holding something, you saw a group of 3 on his ticket. So I was like, oh, so him, Juliet? Or I was thinking him, Jeff, and Larry on the way to VidCon. Noose throwback. I like that. I like the throwback to, the noose. At first, I had it ready. I had it ready before Juliet's song was finished in the comments going, okay, guys, I think this is as close as we're going to get to an admission. And then he puts the noose around his neck, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to say he's going to end up kicking it. You're going to see him do it. And then it's going to cut to him, kind of what I thought, sitting on the bed and then going, okay, well, this is what's really going on. No, he could have saved those last few, but I guess that's his goodbye as that character. Even though it's almost like the last 4 or 5 videos have been that goodbye. Because how many videos in a row did he say, I'm not filming again, I'm not filming again, I'm done filming, I'm done filming. Now, going to, I guess, his whole little goodbye sitting on the end of the bed. The whole, don't go down my path, don't do what I did. In a way, that's saying, like, don't do what I did by killing my dad, but in a way, I think this is obviously filmed after everything was getting out. He's probably read some comments, and, I think maybe, do you think he is regretting making that decision or is feeling bad about making that decision and how he did it? Because, I was picking up more like he was feeling more sorrow about the way he was closing things and all of that. Now, I noticed that whole time he's sitting on the end of the bed, yeah, that's his, I guess, goodbye as a character, but, I thought I would see more tears of joy. Like, I was looking closely, I didn't see one actual tear. You'd think if he really did feel that guilty or something, he might have shed an actual tear. Now, do you think him throwing the camera on the bed did he try to maybe have it sitting up like that or what? But as soon as he said that, you saw him throw that camera on the bed, I knew exactly what was happening. I knew it was gonna be there, and of course, I think it was Larry in there, right? So yeah, you see Terry and Larry, and then Jeffrey walks in, and then Jeff, where's Dad? And I guess I would just like to see all these little kids' reaction after that, going, it was all, it was, it wasn't real. Of course it wasn't real. But, you know, you should have been able to pick up on that, you know, within the first 5 seconds of this video. The whole time, you know, I didn't really know what was gonna be going and leading up to. So I'm going like, well, who's filming him? Who's filming him? I figured Juliet. I figured it was him and Juliet took a little vacation, probably, you know, hey, you graduated, here's a grad gift, let's go, you know, see Switzerland. No, in the end, it's the family. It's the family, because especially when he's sitting on the end of the bed and you see the two, uh, I guess, robes folded up there, and I'm like, oh, so, you know, him and Juliet went on a, you know, little graduation trip or something, or a trip before he moved. No, it was the family. I was actually surprised I didn't see her there, being like, you know, if she's graduated, she'd have more time. But, you know, I've been kind of seeing and reading it around, like, you know, maybe they aren't a couple. But, you know, I'm not going to get into that. You can go look at other people for that. Um, I'm glad there was an admission at the end. I guess maybe that kind of ties into why there wasn't a disclaimer in the beginning of the first video. I still kind of think out of any of the videos there should have been a disclaimer that Psycho Kid kills Psycho Dad. Should have had a disclaimer. But maybe this wasn't supposed, like this Flea's Country video wasn't supposed to come out till tomorrow or later on. But funny, you rarely kind of see that, or it would be an update. I'm thinking we were supposed to get that maybe tomorrow or later on, and maybe there was some backlash with some phone calls again, and maybe they were catching wind, and we're like, well, we better throw this out, because who knows what these juggies were doing after that. Like, I'm pretty sure there was enough in, I guess, what we thought was the finale, or the actual finale video, that kind of screamed it was fake. But again, I'm not a 9-year-old. I don't know how impressionable I would be watching that. But again, I've noticed now with all these other edits and add-ons, this is going on, so I'm going to leave it. Again, thanks again for joining me. Tried to do my best. You know, hate if you want. I'm not going to care. I'm mostly doing this at the request of my subscribers. So to my subscribers, here we go. I hope you enjoyed it. I did my best. And I guess instead of my usual, you know, dig it, I've already done that. I left it in there. I guess I'll just leave it with thank you, Jesse. Thank you to the rest of the Psycho family. You know, you guys did an awesome job. Kept me on my seat for, what, 3 years? I've literally been a subscriber since the first Psycho video. I remember actually, you know, it was pretty brand new, and I seen it come up, and I've been watching it ever since. No Hey Juggy. Like I said in my other broadcast, I knew basically from day one, but it was one hell of a series, and I had not actually been that pumped for a finale since Breaking Bad. And thanks for, I guess, tying in so many of those shows like Lost and Walking Dead, and especially Breaking Bad. I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan. And I'm just going to quit rambling. But, you know, again, thank you for watching. Thank you, Jesse, and the rest of the Ridgeway family. You kept us intrigued. Good luck in your future. And to everybody else watching this, thanks for watching.